Anxiety and Depression Alternatives. I just finished a book late in 2019 written by Kelly Brogan. Kelly Brogan is a holistic psychiatrist, and in her new book, Own Yourself, she will be very forthcoming with her past. And she was a classically trained psychiatrist and would hand out medications to all of her patients, just like many doctors do. And in 2010, she hung up her prescription pad and she changed the way that she practiced. She changed her way that she would be helping people. So she turned into being a holistic psychiatrist. This book was amazing. For anybody with anxiety and depression, let me read the subtitle. The Surprising Path Beyond Depression, Anxiety, and Fatigue to Reclaiming Your Authenticity, Vitality, and Freedom. If you or anyone you know has anxiety and depression, maybe on medication, maybe not, this is an awesome read. It was really good, and I highly recommend it. Give it a go. In here, it is incredible. She actually sounds like a chiropractor. This book is powerful, and I got to tell you some people that have reviewed this book and actually wrote their reviews on the book. Marianne Williamson, Dr. Joe Dispenza, Shefali Sabri, Danielle Laporte, Kelly Turner, Matt Kahn, among others. These are prominent doctors, authors, and so forth that are doing this kind of work. So it's gathering a lot of praise. And on her website, kellybroganmd.com, you can go into the program immediately. You don't necessarily have to read the book. She has lots of help and assistance online on her website, so go there. And I'm just going to open up to the section where she begins her recommendations for like a 28-day, 30-day transformation, if you will. And it really, really is interesting. And by the way, she will carefully say in here, you shouldn't discontinue medication on your own. You should work with your psychiatrist and so on and so forth. So always check with your doctor. And I make the same recommendation. Don't take anything here as advice. You need to be working with your doctor and the doctor that had prescribed medication. So, okay. So the 3 pillars of her program is as follows. The dietary pillar. So now she's talking about the dietary connection with the function of the brain, with chemistry, with hormones, with the way that you feel. The dietary pillar, the detox pillar. She's going to talk about detoxifying your body, your environment, your personal care products, and so forth. And the stress response pillar. So those are the 3 things that she recommends as you're going through this 30-day reset. On her dietary situation, I'm just going to give you some of the headlines here. Eliminate refined carbohydrates, sugar and processed foods. Eliminate antigens, no casein dairy products, gluten, soy, and corn. Eliminate sugar. Eat whole foods, organic fruits and vegetables, clean meats, pasteurized eggs, healthy fats such as nuts and seeds. Eat plenty of natural fat. Include probiotics. Eat mindfully, meaning don't just stuff your face in 2 minutes and go about it. Literally sit down and eat, and almost like an eating meditation, if you will. Talks about cleaning up your kitchen and so forth. So you can see that she really believes, and in her life, like I said earlier, she's very forthcoming with her challenges and her upbringing and how she was improved and corrected herself. And now she's just sharing this with you. She talks about carbohydrates and good carbohydrates, bad carbohydrates, which I agree with. Okay. She has, by the way, example after example of people that she has worked with that have had major psychiatric issues on various medications, sometimes for decades, and they clean up their lives and they're getting off the stuff and they are the best they have ever been, and it's just amazing stories in here. She talks about a detoxification pillar, removing personal care products, all the ones with chemicals and so forth, and there's a variety of resources on here how you can find replacement products and so forth. Internal detoxification. And the stress response pillar. One of the things that she utilizes in her life is Kundalini yoga. But she doesn't have only that as something that people can choose. She talks about all kinds of meditation, mindfulness resources and recommendations that people can do. And she's talking about epigenetics in here as well. So literally changing your genetic expression by doing these things, these dietary things, these cleaning up your life and getting chemicals out of your life as best you can, and these meditation and mindfulness activities as well. And myself, that I've talking about for years and years, is you can add the chiropractic part of that in here as well. Remembering that decades ago, people were going to the chiropractor all the time for mental diagnoses, and some of these people were seeing responses because of the same program. Chiropractic will stimulate those special nerve endings in and around the tissues of your spine and the rest of the body, which send electrical impulses to the brain, changing blood flow, changing this neuron transmission and neurotransmitters and so forth. So you could add that in there. She talks about the exercise component, needing to move your body. She makes sleep recommendations, going to bed at approximately the same time, getting enough sleep, setting up a sleep environment, not staring at screens just before bed, getting the cell phone and the computer out of the bedroom, and so on and so forth. It just is such a comprehensive program with really great results. So I do recommend a deep dive into Own Yourself by Dr. Kelly Brogan. I'm Scott Fuller.